Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Monday, July 14th, 2025. Let's rock. All right, and we have gold up $5 to 3,361, silver up 58 cents to 38.90. 39.28 in the futures market. That spread is compressing here. Looks like looks like there may be a little bit of run for physical there as that spread compresses. Gold silver ratio 86.15. Look at that sucker drop. I had a question the other day from a member, when would you trade your silver back for gold? And just my opinion. Of course, I'm only one opinion, and I hope you form your own opinions based on the data I'm showing you. But I wouldn't even consider it until a 75 to 1 GSR, or maybe at $45 silver. That would be where I would start thinking about doing that. Here we are at 86, and looks like we are going to plummet here on the GSR. 10-year Treasury right about flat at 4.435. I believe we have CPI out tomorrow. And the dollar is also right about flat at 97.86, but coming off one of the best months it's had in a long time, trying to, keep that short-term bottom right around 96 and change. So this has to do with the tariff story. And as you know, Trump is trying to impose 30% tariffs on the EU and Mexico, and that is unhinging the market just a little bit. In the copper market, down 6 cents to 5.53, but holding on to its run, which gives me hope for silver, that silver's run is not done. It seems that commodities are creeping up. If we take a look at the platinum chart, now this is platinum futures, 1439 in the future market and 1385 in the spot market, down 17 in the spot market and down 21 in the futures market. But platinum definitely looking very strong here. I think it could go to 1650, but I'm not going to speculate in platinum. DBB, the base metal index fund that I purchased, is it's not down 20 cents. What is going on with this chart here? I don't know. This chart is wacky. Let's get a 5-day chart. Actually, a 1-day chart. It says it's down 20 cents. I don't recall that. Let's see here. It is all over the map, having been as high as 1939, now 1917. So obviously having to do with other base metals as the market gets gyrated around here through these tariffs. But on a long-term chart here, we see it is holding right in the channel here, and I think base metals will go higher. Okay, in the economic calendar today, absolutely nothing. Tomorrow, CPI. Wednesday, PPI. Thursday, initial jobless claims. And we'll see what those do to the market. CPI has not spiked much lately, so people are hoping for a benign CPI. If we get a hot CPI, that could put pressure on long rates higher, and also the dollar higher, which could be bad for metals. There could be a sell-off if CPI comes in hot. Same with PPI, and the converse with initial jobless claims. The higher the initial jobless claims, the lower the dollar, the lower typically the rates, and that would be a tailwind for silver. So you'll have to decide if CPI is coming in hot or not. And tariffs are, definitely inflationary, but that's not going to hit for months, if not quarters. I have to wonder sometimes if Trump had just come out with something like a value-added tax, there would have been revolt and riots in the street. But how is a tariff really that different from a value-added tax to the end consumer when you think about it? Okay, pre-markets, and we are still in an extreme greed at 75. Dow futures down 117, S&P down 17, NASDAQ down 66. But Bitcoin has decoupled from the technology sector, and is up to 121,783. They call that 2,798 higher from yesterday, may even be higher than that from Friday. So hard assets, I don't want to call Bitcoin a hard asset, but hard assets, tangible assets, commodities, and even the stock market is reacting to our inflationary policies here and our ever growing debt and deficit. And decoupling of Bitcoin could indicate much higher prices, as there will be for gold and silver, in my opinion. Of course, it is only my opinion, and if you're only looking at my channel, you really want to get a broader view. A lot of what I do is based on technicals and gut feeling and 10 years experience, but you should be getting multiple opinions, especially if you're sitting on a bunch of metals here, silver or gold, or you don't have any. That's pretty easy. If you don't have any, just go slow. Go slow here, keep acquiring, because I think we are in a serious bull run for all tangible assets. And, I don't know when the ultimate blow-off will come, but looks like today we're going to take a crack at 40, and once we get through 40, 41, well, I think it's up to 45, and then you're going to have some serious decisions to make at 45. Clearly, we'll try to test 50, but the market could reverse at 50. The dealers could lower their buyback prices. And then there is the long-term view that 50 is not enough, and we are going to 80. I do not think we're going to 200 or 220. I think that's ridiculous to think that. But I do think that we could make a solid run at 80. Of course, gold would probably have to be 4,000. 4,500 if silver was going to go to 80. I don't think that GSR goes below 65 personally. And every bit of what I just said is my personal opinion and what I'll be basing my moves on, but that does not mean you have to agree with me. All opinions are welcome here. For you newbies, the newbie question of the day is, or the newbie thought of the day, again, just my opinion, what do I know? But, you see people, you see silver, 999 silver versus 90% constitutional, which versus 49 silver, etc. Let me give you the cheat sheet here. 49 silver, no more valuable than 39 silver. Okay, unless you have some very special use for it, like you want to pour it. 4.9 silver, you should not pay up for 4.9s. 3.9 silver is just fine. Is 3.9 silver better than constitutional? Yeah, because it's pure, it's easy to melt, and refiners will pay more for it. Is it better than sterling? Yeah, much better than sterling. Sterling is a pain in the butt, and again, refiners have to work hard to get all that copper out of there. So in that order, I would say 3.9 or 4.9 silver is preferable. 90% constitutional, pre-33, etc. Is less desirable than pure silver, and sterling would be, less desirable than that. And at the bottom of the pile, you got war nickels and 40% Kennedys, etc. So that is my advice for the newbies. Don't worry about it so much. Just get that 3.9 silver when you can. And I do recommend constitutional, not because I think it's more desirable on a melt basis, but because I think it is priced well under market on a premium basis. And there we go. Let's get on to the deals. All right, and if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're subscribed, welcome back. You can see this virtually every day. I'm on the website, bestsilvergolddeals.com. You can get over there as well. And click along with me. You'll see how the prices change throughout the day, and you may see something you want to buy. So welcome, everybody. I appreciate you. Okay, let's get on, and let's just do a smattering here of gold. I think silver is the star today. 1/100th gold. I gave you a new bar today. Same price as the cowboy bar, but this is the dragon bar. 43.69 at SD Bullion if you're looking for itty bitty gold. 1 gram gold in assay 126 at bullion.com, and 1 gram gold in assay beat up, maybe out of assay, not sure, 117 at BGASC, and a new customer deal at bullion.com you'll want to pick up if you haven't shopped there before. A 1/10 gold eagle is 378 at Summit Metals, good outfit, Summit Metals. 1/10 maple is 367 at Safe Haven Metals. Not too much feedback on them. A gold ducat 0.1106, a little over a 1/10 ounce of foreign gold, 384. Keep in mind there are different rules on tax reporting for foreign gold versus U.S. gold eagles. Let's get on to the 1/4 ounce gold eagle, 892. You're paying up for that at Safe Haven Metals if you want American sovereign gold. 1/4 ounce Krugerrand will be cheaper at 878 at Safe Haven Metals. 5 gram gold in assay, because metric is usually cheaper than conventional measurements in the United States, 577 at Monument Metals. You can get a 10 peso for 837 at Summit Metals. Let's move up to a $5 commemorative. The last deal sold out. Now we're paying $8.32 for a 0.241 ounce of sovereign U.S. gold. $8.32, and if you want to get the melt on that, divide 832 by 0.241. All right, you'll get the melt. And then we'll look for better deals on eBay in a little bit. The way the website is organized, the best deals I can find on the internet are first, and then we hit Costco, a couple other things, and then we get to eBay. We employ our credit card strategy to try to get even better deals. I'm going to move up to I'm going to skip the Maples and Britannias. They've been pricey lately. But a 1/2 ounce Krugerrand is $17.12 at Bullion Exchanges. That's $34.24, which is that's about $60 over melt. But 1/2 ounce Krugerrand, that's not bad. A 1 ounce Gold Eagle this morning is $33.90 at Bullion Exchanges, $30 over spot, something like that. They've had a very good price on those for a while. The Buffalo is much pricier. The big proof set, if you got big bucks, is a great deal at $63.74. If you're buying that from the U.S. Mint, stop. Delete your account. You're making a mistake. You're paying $1,500 for something that $1,500 more for something that's worth $6,374. These are proof gold eagles in the OGP, and they're selling for almost nothing here. It's a great buy if you have a great deal of money. Most people don't. Let's see, gold maple. I think those might be pricey. Let's see. $34.10. No, not bad for a gold maple. That's kind of an ugly one they have there. Let's see. And you can get an AU maple for $33.70. And if it doesn't matter to you what your gold looks like, it might not even be that bad. There you go, ounce of gold, $33.70. That is Canadian gold. Walmart has some good deals as well. Click this link and you'll see what they're charging for a maple. When you check out there, use your PayPal account. Okay, that's my tip. All right, St. Gaudens Double Eagle in BU form, $33.09. Look how cheap that is. It's only 0.9675 ounces of gold, but very reasonable because pre-33 gold is out of favor right now. Maybe you want to pick that up. I would get a pretty one. I would pay up a little more, $33.59 for an MS63. Below that, they're probably melting them these days because the market is very thin for pre-33 gold. All right, and a Krugerrand, which ought to be the cheapest of your sovereign gold, and it's not today, $33.92 at Safe Haven Metals. 20 franc, very commonly stacked small gold, is out of stock. I forgot to check it. Sorry about that. See, they're picking up the cheap stuff. Sovereigns, 0.2354 ounces of gold, $7.97 at Bullion Exchanges. In some ways, gold is gold, and you may not want to worry about it. You may want to just get the cheapest gold you can. Gold bar in assay would be one way to do that. Cute little rand bar, $33.79. We'll check that on Costco in just a minute. If you're buying platinum, I'm sorry how expensive it is, $14.75. Oh my God. Let's see, and this AppMix deal gets you a free 1/2 Florida gold back. If you want to pick up one of those, don't buy more than one, for God's sake. Look at that price. BU Eagles, you can find that down in the notes here. $42.61 for BU Silver Eagles. I saw a survey yesterday, I think from Turbo Stacking, where nobody was buying Eagles, and That shocks me. You guys, remember the base of your pyramid, again, only my opinion, base of your pyramid, generic 10-ounce bars are just fine. 1-ounce rounds and bars, even better. Constitutional, silver eagles, okay, of your silver pyramid, eagles, junk, and generic bars and rounds. That's it. That's the base. After you got 80% of your stack filled with that stuff, then you can start messing around with me on some other stuff. Okay, and circulated eagles in a quantity of 20 over at Kitco, 4207. Oh my God. Those circulated? Oh, holy mackerel. I don't know. I think they're playing around with their listing. I don't know what that is. That's a mystery. Here's the Impaired Eagles. Impaired Eagles over at Pinehurst, quantity of 20, 41.25. Look at these prices. Are you falling out of your chair yet? You know, but it's textbook. What's happening now has happened before, and it's happening in textbook fashion. From the GSR moves, from the premium moves, from the the breakout moves, the silver following gold moves, the other commodities moving along with silver. It's textbook, guys. It points to 50. My green light is still on, and you see why I put it on at 45. Now you're happy, right? Okay. I don't have anything I want to show you on YouTube. I cringe when I see the videos this weekend. You know, if you're watching a channel that is only giving you positives on why everybody is euphoric and all the channels are going into FOMO mode, but if you see a channel that mentions 47 positive reasons why silver is going to 200 and doesn't give you one negative, you're on the wrong channel. Okay, I know it's fun, I know it's good, but can't you balance your opinion a little bit? You know, I was buying at silver at 20, and then I watched it go to 14, and then a few years later I watched it go to 12. Did I sell? No. But silver can go up and down. And the reason that I can only speak for myself, invest in silver, is that I believe that silver can help you amplify the size of your gold stack. Silver is a trading vehicle. It's a speculative metal. It is also a commodities. If you want to play commodities, go over to the futures market and pick up a futures account with Phil Strebel and, you know, try to turn $100 into $1,000. You can do that all day long. But silver is a trading metal, and using the GSR, you know, the thing everybody said was irrelevant? How many channels told you that? Okay, using that GSR, you can trade back and forth to gold. You can amplify your gold stack. When you have enough gold, consider real estate. But I will never sell all my silver. I will always keep silver, and I will always keep numismatics. But I will trade a great deal of my silver for gold when the time comes, or I'll pay off my mortgage. I think silver is to trade. You do not want to be the guy that holds on to silver at 80 and then watches it go back to 40. You don't want to be that guy that bought silver at 50 and watch it go back to 4, or bought it at 50 and watch it go back to 14. This is what I'm saying. Silver is what they call the devil's metal because it will burn you up, and use it to trade with. And I'll probably get some thumbs down on that, but it is not the Holy Grail. We are not going back to a silver standard in the United States. For God's sakes, we're already kind of moving into a gold standard, but silver is not going to be part of that. Silver is industrial and technical and needed in many things, just like copper. So use it to your advantage, and that's why I say the reason I do it this way is I want to amplify my gold stack. I want to make more money. The same reason that I sell coins, and it's all the same thing. The more fiat you earn, the more of what you really want you can buy. What you really want is gold. That's just my opinion, and you'll find 25 opinions that differ from that. So what does that mean? Why did I do that? I'm sorry I did. More thumbs down for Louis. Okay, we got a kangaroo at $40.82 at bullion exchanges. A Britannia at $40.82. They're all going to be in the high 40s. A Libertad over at Money Metals is $47.58 for a 2024. You want the 23s over the 24s, guys. Moving on to the Star Privy Eagle, Eagle Privy Eagle, Army Privy Eagle. They just aren't taking the limit, the household limit off the Army Privy Eagle. I suggest you buy as many as you can, or if you want to sell them to me, you can email me at losinglouis@yahoo.com. Up on Costco, you can still pick up these silver bars. With silver at nearly 39, you can still pick up these 10-ounce silver bars at $3.99, guys, and they are beautiful. It says sign in for details. I trust it's still available, but maybe I'm wrong about that. But buy all of those you can right now if you're buying. You can get the Buffalo for $34.99, the Rand bar for $33.99. I would favor the Rand bar because it'll be under spot after your executive club rebate and a good 2% rebate credit card. Check out Costco today. Junk in the trunk is right around spot at 28.29 times face. We've been getting it cheaper on eBay. You should be able to get your junk for $1 or $2 under spot if you're doing it right. But it's not a bad time to upgrade to Merc. So you're going to see the premiums expand. I believe you will see when FOMO hits, once we break 40 and start moving to 45 or 50, you're going to see the FOMO come back and the junk is going to disappear so fast it'll make your head spin. And then the premiums will come back as well. Will they go to $5 or $10 premiums? No, I don't think we'll do that again, because anybody that did that got burned so badly they'll never buy junk again. But I think we could see a $2, $3 premium on junk at some point. And when we do that, you'll see a $4 or $5 premium on a numismatic like Merc. Do not get the slicks. We can get a quantity. Let's go to Golden State Mint. They got some 2-ounce. Oh, what happened to the 2-ounce rounds? Anyway, there we go. 1-ounce round, 40.12 for the Aztec round. That's a nice little round there. You can get copper for $1.49, but I saw it for 99 cents a minute ago. What did they do? Change all their prices? Here it is. Look at these copper rounds. Now, don't pay $1.50 when you can pay 99 cents. Of course, you're paying more than double melt on that. And if you think copper is the new silver, well, buy all you want. They do sell on eBay as well. This is... Oh, that's not 99 cents. That's $9.99 for a 5-ounce round. Oh, at $2, you're paying 4 times melt on copper. I don't know why you would do that. What I would do is pick up, the bars, the cheapest bar you can find from somebody that's pouring it in their backyard. That's what I did in the past. I got a bunch of copper bars, and I certainly got a bunch of nickels. Better yet, go down to the bank and pick up a box of nickels, guys. Do it before they don't sell them to you anymore. Okay, I'm getting tired here. Let me give you a kilo. Well over 1,200 at 12.54 now. Says VIP only, but I think anybody can grab that. They look like new kilos there. All right, we're on to eBay, and we're going to try to find some better prices. All right, now we're on eBay, and we're going to see things that we can get cheaper by virtue of using a high rebate credit card. Links to the credit cards I recommend are on my website. Number 1 is the PayPal credit card. Check out through PayPal. Number 2 is the American Express Everyday Cash. Check out through PayPal. And you may see some other cards there you like as well. When you employ a 3% cash rebate, that's how we get better deals. Okay, let's do the Eagles, because... man, it's slim pickings out there in the market. $42 Eagles. Holy mackerel. Usually the culls come up first. And, whoa, where are the Eagles? Okay, here we got a 815, huh? Who are you? You are a big seller, good feedback. But $835 with shipping for these 2014s. Could be a little tarnish on those. Anyway, so 835 would be 4175. That'd be about 4060 out the door. That'll beat the dealers, and they look pretty good. That looks good to me. It looks like a solid date tube. You could save at least $1 doing that one. Let's go up to another one. Yeah, that one is actually much cheaper than the culls from BGASC. I think BGASC will send you some pretty ugly stuff. Here are more culls. Let's go to a big dealer. 849. Is that a big dealer? No, mid-size seller. 4250, and then about 4130 on those, but that'll beat the dealers as well. And those are 2022. Those are likely to be pretty damn nice. Beat the dealers with that one as well if you're buying eagles this morning. Remember, the base of your pyramid, you want eagles in the base of your pyramid. Let's do a big lot of eagles. And 4244 impaired from Pinehurst. You'll be at about 41 out the door. Let's look for the BUs. The smaller deals are better than the big ones sometimes. Here is a 100 from bullion.com, and they are BU. 43.15, you'd be out the door at about 42 an eagle. But the smaller lots seem to be better than the big lots this morning because some of the mid-size sellers are cashing in on their store. Okay, let's do the rotation. Silver maples as cheap as $9.80, and I don't think that was any good. Silver Britannias are cheap as $9.95 or best offer. Silver kangaroos as cheap as 1,063. Let's just go back to the Britannias here and check out the seller that has a best offer price. It is a mid-size seller with 100% feedback with $18 shipping. Looks like he's going, oh, they're all screwed up. Those are cull. So let's say you get those for $9.80. Let's check our cheat sheet for cull Britannias. $9.80 would get us to $38.02. That'd be 50 to 75% under spot for milk spotted maples right there. Milk spotted Britannias right there. You may want to start at $9.60 and move your way up. You can definitely mess with him if you want some. Oh, I didn't add in the shipping. I'm sorry. $9.95. You got those for $9.80. Call it 1,000 out the door if you got a little discount. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. That'd be $38.80. That would be right around melt on spotted Britannias. And I believe those are 4.9. No, they're 3.9s. Does 4.9 spot more readily than 3.9s? Yeah, I think it does, personally. Okay, let's keep going here. Right around melt on spotted Britannias. Let's do the Krugerrands. Those are as cheap as 1,066. Holy mackerel. 1,066. Those are BU. And they are 2025, brand spanking new. What's 1,066? Do I have to adjust my chart again? Oh, holy mackerel. Look at that. I'm off the chart already. That is going to be about, I don't know, $41 or so for those brand new Krugerrands. Am I striking out here? Let me do kangaroos again. Kangaroos are 1,062. What were the maples? Maples, number 2 coin after the silver eagle, are 980. And that is big seller, good feedback. Let's see, how good are they? They are unspecified and they look messed up. Again, here are, these would be even cheaper. Really ugly maples there. So those are 980 on the maples, and then let's do the melt on that. 980 on spotted maples will get you out the door at 38.02, well under spot. You can pick that up all day long if you don't mind ugly silver. How about the Philharmonics? Those were a good deal the other day. 839 puts you at about 40, under 41 a coin for Philharmonics. Let's do the junk. Small lot of junk. $10 face is going to be 27.5, about 26.7 out the door. 26.7 divided by 0.715 equals 37.34 melt. Let's see if they're shipping on this. 27.5. Yeah, that's well under melt right there. He's a smaller seller, but I think this was here yesterday. Nobody picked it up for under melt. I would buy that. Here's another deal. This one is a very small seller, but 27.2 minus 75 cents. Here's another seller. Going to be under melt. Big seller, good feedback, $4 shipping. That's going to be about 27.25 melt. 27.25 melt will be, I'll use the chart, the cheat sheet. 27.25 melt out the door will be about 38. So that'd be 38 would be almost $1, about 80 cents under melt on junk. You could pick up all these small lots here. You may not want to use the small sellers. That's up to you. Let's go a big bag of junk. Let's see. Oh, a big old bag, $100 face with dates. Okay, we want dates right there. 28.15 be about 27.40 out the door. Those are shiny old quarters right there. Somebody tumbled those. And it is 28.30 and then about 27.60 out the door. On the cheat sheet, 27.60 puts you at around 38.90 melt. That's more. The smaller lot is cheaper. Okay. If you want a nice MS65 Carson City Morgan, they're going for about 500 bucks. That's a numismatic. Nothing wrong with those if you want to round out your stack with numismatics. I do. Let's see. How about a 5-ounce Libertad? What are those selling for? 234. Whoa, 185. Looks like a good buy now. So let's see. Sell that. You pay eBay fees. You pocket, I don't know, 30 bucks. That's not a bad deal. Okay, let's keep going here. Here's your vintage. No, let me do the kilo. Is it cheaper than $12.50? It is going to be $13.08. No cheaper on eBay unless you see something you really like. Keep an eye out for something good here, but I don't see it. Okay, let's keep going here. To the vintage bar of the day is an itty-bitty hand-poured miniature Glock. Can I say that? No, I can't say that. Thumbs down from eBay. I mean from YouTube. And there you go. Did you know that there are all kinds of these little weapons been poured by the silver pouring community for years and years now? Some people have collections of these little guys and also, knives and guns and sabers. It's a complete different genre, and it's not stacking, it's just collecting. But if you think that's cute, you want to pick that up, that is 40 bucks. All right, let's keep going here. And a kilo kook or a kulo keek. Put a kulo kook in your kilo. Okay, here we go. 13.25. Yeah, you would take about 45, 30, 40 to $43 off. You'd be at about $12.90 on a kilo kookaburra. How about a tube of kooks? Tube of kooks is going to be $8.49. It's got a privy on it. Sometimes the privies are harder to sell than the standard coins. Yeah, that's why these are the cheapest. That would be $42.50, $41.50 out the door for a sealed roll of kooks. They never spot, they never tarnish, they're never ugly, they're never poorly struck. They are always perfect, and that is a good buy on kooks right there. And this guy is not smart enough to put a picture of the coin, but they're 2012 kooks with a dragon privy. And you may like that, but just a word of warning on privy coins, they are not all they're cracked up to be. And you could sell those individually on eBay over time. Probably take you a year to sell them. Okay, let's do a large lot of 1-ounce rounds. I'm getting tired here. Secondary market rounds are too cheap at $40.39. Is that out of stock? Holy moly, look at that from Liberty Coin, and they are secondary market rounds that could be beat up. And no, you probably won't get any trade units or anything good, but $39.50 out the door. Whoa, Nelly, like 50 cents over spot right there with a good credit card. Well, you can't beat that. Small lot of 20, you can get holiday rounds. What is this? What in the world is this? What are you selling here? Big seller. Pretty good feedback. Selling some really ugly Christmas rounds. They are $4.9 silver, guys. Oh, I should buy that. Look at that. He's got 7 available. What in the hell is going on here? Wait, is that really $800? God, silver is so expensive I can't even comprehend the numbers. $800 for a tube of Christmas rounds? Holy mackerel. Well, that's what it costs. I'm sorry, just like you can't get a $3 Big Mac anymore, right? Does it surprise you that silver is worth that much? No, shouldn't. Okay, so those are 40 bucks a coin after rebates. It'd be more like 39, and they're 49 silver. Melt those. Melt those into something pretty. Those need to be put out of their misery. Oh, I'm going to go back here, and here's 814 for some prettier rounds here, but also secondary market. Get the cheap ones. Nobody's going to care. Unless they're solid date tubes of buffaloes, those will bring a higher price at the LCS. Other than that, nobody's going to care. A 100-ounce bar can be had as cheap as $3,900 for this Strickland bar. Well, that's pretty cool. And you'll be out the door under 38. You'll be under spot on a 100-ounce bar right there. Free delivery as well. That's a bona fide vintage bar, and I believe that's poured or cast, could be. For $100 more, you can get an Engelhard, another Engelhard. Oh, look at this one here. United States Silver Corporation. There's a Bach bar. Anyway, get the cheapest one. Get the Strickland. Offer him 38 on that. See if he bites. 100-ounce bars or bullion exchanges is paying $1.25 back for those. So your buy-sell spread, you could get this for 38, 37.50 out the door. You'd have a vintage bar and almost a zero buy-sell spread. The only thing that can get you is if silver sells off and spot can go back. I think it could retrace to 37 here. And will it? I don't know. Might hit 45 first. Let's do a tube of, I'll skip the Peace Dollars and the Morgans, but I like these tubes of Peace Dollars and Morgans. I like the BU. I don't like the AU ones. 1 gram gold as cheap as, come on, let's find something good here. 120 minus 3% with those good credit cards. Random 1/10 ounce gold as cheap as $364 for that guy right there. I don't know what that is. A prospector for $366. And then about $10 off, $356 for a 1/10. Is that Scottsdale? No, is that Scottsdale? Who makes that? Engelhard? Collectors. I don't know who makes that. Anyway, it's just gold. Let's keep going here and do a 1/10 gold eagle. How cheap can we get those? Not $300. $374 from a big seller. Good feedback. $5 shipping. Oh, he'll take a best offer. Looks okay to me. So that could be, let's say you got it for $365, add 5, $370, $360 out the door. You see if that beats the dealer above if you like that deal. 1/4 ounce random gold as cheap as about $889. Varied condition. Gold is gold. We'll do the math on that. $889 for just plain old gold. Times 4 would be your melt on that, would be $35.56. Times 0.97 with a decent credit card. I hope you have one, and I hope you pay it off when you use it right away. $34.49 for random gold. No, I'd get the Krugerrand. Is that impaired? No, I'm not liking the 1/4 ounce gold this morning. Let's look for something better. 1/4 ounce gold eagle as cheap as $911 minus 3%. 10 gram gold as cheap as out of stock. I screwed up. Random 1/2 ounce gold as cheap as, I want something cheap here. If you can't afford the eagles and maples, look for something cheap. Pre-33 is not a 1/2 ounce of gold. Okay, keep that in mind. If you're going to buy that, it ought to be cheaper. Let's get up to something you recognize. You don't want the children dancing around the world. Let's see. And the ugly head coins. Oh, I just can't buy those. Here's a random coin, and it is obviously not BU. And you will probably get the panda. Nobody wants Chinese coins these days. 1772 minus $50 be 1720. About $34.40 for a 1/2 ounce sovereign gold coin. I would want the Onza myself, but you may want the maple or something else. I like the Onzas. 1 ounce gold. Okay, 1 ounce gold eagle. I don't know, it's going to be hard to beat the dealer price on that. Here is $34.31. No, that's a pre-33. Don't buy that. Let's see, unless you like it. Here is a BU Gold Eagle, $34.99. And that is a big seller, good feedback, free shipping, and looks like a nice looking eagle there. 1999. It's an old one as well, but not so old that it has the Roman numerals on it. I suggest you not collect gold, just stack gold. Anyway, because then you got to sell it on eBay and you got to pay 10% fees to unload it. Even if a $3,500 coin went to 4,000, the fees will just eat you up on collector gold. So here we go, 3,500. Then on that one, $100 off puts you at 3,400 for a 1-ounce gold eagle, and that will beat the dealer. Okay, that's not too bad. It beat him by a little bit with those rebates. How about 1 ounce? I forgot to check this. How cheap can we get the 1 ounce 1.85 proof gold set? Not as cheap as the dealers are selling it. So click that link above for the dealers. Only shop on eBay when it's cheaper, guys. That's how you do it. Let's see. Got a 1/2 ounce Krugerrand. No, we want a 1 ounce Krugerrand. Here we got a scruffy one. About $33.50 out the door. Under melt, I think, for a scruffy Krugerrand. And they're just going to send those to the refiner anyway, so I don't think it'll matter. You probably get 2% back a spot on that, but $34.69. Let's make sure there's no shipping. Yeah, big seller and good feedback. So we'll do the math on this. If you're still buying gold, or if you're trading silver for gold, I guess you could. Oh, that's out of stock. Oopsie. You're going to have to pay $34.81. So I won't do the math, but $34.80, about $33.70. That out the door, that would be right around melt on that Krugerrand. Not a bad price. And the Buffalo is going to be expensive. I think $35.50, $34.40 out the door on the Buffalo. No go. Let's do the Tudor Beast. I like the 1/4 ounce and the 1 ounce. As cheap as $9.08 for the 1/4 ounce, minus 3%. And as cheap as, I capped it at 3,500. My mistake. Let's go to 4,000. I screwed that up too. And how much for a 1 ounce Tudor Beast? Is somewhat collectible. Not the best images in the world, not the best series in the world, but sovereign gold nonetheless. I like the dragon. If I were going to buy one, I'd get the dragon over anything else. Dragon coins always do well in the aftermarket. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I just spaced out there. 3,500, 3,500, 35. Ooh, $14.99. Nope, 35.13. You beat about 3,400 out the door for a sovereign unicorn here. And nothing wrong with that. That's not a bad deal if you like British sovereign coins. $5 commemorative as cheap. This one's out of stock, which I didn't realize for a while. Is this BGASC? That sucks that they don't eliminate their listing. $8.49 this morning from a smaller seller, but nonetheless, I've had many of these, and they are beautiful sovereign U.S. gold. $8.50 divided by, I got to do the math. 850 divided by 0.241 gives you the melt. The first price is $35.26 times 0.97 if you have a good credit card, and $34.21 melt on fractional U.S. sovereign gold. Okay, dealers will pay you a little less for this than they will a 1/4 ounce gold eagle, but your buy-sell spread will be much better, and you can stack these all day long. He's only got 2. But I would buy that if I was looking for a good deal on U.S. sovereign gold. The Big Daddy gold can also be bought for very close to spot at $41.88 at bullion.com. It's a great seller, and that's a great coin. It's more than an ounce of gold, actually overweighted because it's not pure gold. So you can impress your friends and family and people that want to rob you with that beautiful coin. Okay, let's keep moving here. Am I done yet? My God, I'm going on. Here's stuff in my eBay store. All the prices went up recently. But if you see something there you like, ask me for a friend discount. The bars I pour, and I'll have a new one next month for you channel members that want to pick those up at $250 over spot. I don't know, what else do I got here? The Precious Metals Verifier, definitely a great investment. click that link right there. You'll find a good one there. The old version that sells for cheap. A vacuum sealer is also a very good idea if you're buying Libertads, Britannias, or anything that's prone to spotting. You can refine your bars in the Devil Forge. If you pick up those 100-ounce bars for $1 to $1.50 under spot, throw them in the Devil Forge and, you know, get yourself a mold, make yourself some little bars, and be happy. The Amex card, highly recommend. Caps out at $6,000 though. They will pay you when you pick it up. It'll give you 3% cash back. When you shop at the grocery store or on Amazon, you may want to give one of those to your spouse if they do a lot of Amazon shopping. I've never seen anything cheaper on Amazon. What do I want to say? I don't know. I just like eBay better than Amazon personally. Save those 3% rebates for shopping on eBay. Check out through PayPal, default to your Amex card, get 3% cash back. PayPal is unlimited cash back. Again, check out through PayPal and then default to your PayPal card to get your 3% cash back. Quicksilver is a great card as well for a lot of other reasons. Here's a new card from Capital One. It is the Saver card, and now you can pick this up and get 3% off on groceries, so you can save that Amex card for precious metals. You can also get extra discounts on travel and dining. It's a great new card. I highly recommend it. I just got mine, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work, you know, on PayPal or anything. You're only going to get 1% cash back. So, you know, you can do much better. You can do 1.5% with Capital One. You can do 2% with Wells Fargo. You can do 3% with the PayPal card. So it doesn't work for that, but it's a nice new card, and I like having it. And is there anything we want to take a look at here? Oh my God, how about the 1-ounce chiclets? I bet those are selling for $50. What do you think? Those have been out of stock forever. I've got the first boxes of those minted. If we go over to eBay, I don't know why I'm doing this. This video is already way too long. 1-ounce Germania mint silver bar. Chiclet is the name that I gave it. $55. What? $43. Oh, that's not a bad deal. Is that for sale? But $5 shipping, so that'd be $48. What do they sell them for? Let's see what the chiclets are selling for. Here's one went for $48. That one went for $48. That one went for $47. That one went at auction for $45. $43. Look at the runes are selling for $79. Go figure, man. Low mintage. Oh, there's a box. $9.39. Man, I think I paid like 20. I don't know, 25, 28. What? My God, that's almost a double on these chiclets here. If you're picking up boxes of those when I first recommended them. Of course, it helps. Look at this. They're selling the 1-ounce Thor bar for $68. What the hell? I wish the 10-ounce bars were doing that well. I guess 1 ounce is the play. Anyway, I digress. Let me get back on the track here. I'm completely off the track. I love making money in precious metals, and I love stacking, and I love diversifying my stack with all kinds of cool stuff. If you do too, don't be adverse to picking up boxes of nickels at the bank. You paying, you know, $2 for a copper round when you realize that you got 75% copper in these boxes of nickels? My God, buy as many as you can. Pick up a pallet on the side of the road and then fill it with boxes of nickels and then put a tarp over it and leave it to your kids. They'll thank you. Okay, maybe they're not. Maybe they don't know that that's worth something. You can buy me a cup of coffee. Thank you very much for the cups of coffee. I do appreciate it. Just click that link there and you can do me a solid. And you can also join my membership channel, which link is at the top of the description box. I don't know, wherever that is. Be part of the inner circle. I do appreciate it. And some other tools and things you can buy on Amazon. And over in the spot, here's more links to credit cards and stuff. And here is the chat room. If you haven't been in there, get in there and they'll blow your mind on how good a deal some of these guys are getting. They beat it up, they beat it down, they use the discount codes, and it is a good source of income. But don't go crazy with it, okay? Sometimes you just got to buy cheap silver and gold, and you can mess around with this stuff all day long and save $5, $10, $20. but sometimes a little more work than it's worth. So just check out, the good ideas there. And that's how I got my Libertads, my 2-ounce Libertads at 42 bucks an ounce, from people posting deals in my chat room. It's all totally free, and I do that for you. That's how I give back to you guys, and you give back to each other. Thank you so much for that. Okay, and I got to wrap it up here. Thumbs up would be helpful to the channel. Share it if you want to see us grow to 20,000 subscribers, and all that good stuff, guys. Have a wonderful day, and will they knock it down today? Let's see. How we doing in the spot market? I know it's exciting, especially the bigger the stack you have. Look at that reversal in gold. Uh-oh, smack. And silver still up 32 cents. I don't think they're going to smack it here. I think the investor demand is far too high. But bounce off 40 in the futures market. Where are we at? 39.30, 39.06. Yeah, okay, there's some selling going on, and maybe that's a good thing. Like I said, a retracement to 37 would be my favorite thing right now, because that means we'll be going to 50 post-haste. We got to ratchet up here slowly, but prices are off. Everything I showed you might be a little cheaper. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.